I just want all my customers to be welcome.
Really?
Yeah.
How do you think the owner of this establishment would like to know that a transient is bothering his customers?
I can assure you that's not an issue.
Can you?
Yeah, because I'm the owner.
I don't think so.
You know what?
You do know who I am, right?
Excuse me? I'm sorry, I don't think I understand.
You do realize that I'm the daughter of Jeffrey Goldberg from Goldberg Industries, right?
I'm sorry, I still don't see how that's relevant to this interview. Hi, may I help you?
I'm supposed to be interviewed for the store director position, but it's 5 minutes past my time. I got places to be.
Yes, sorry, I'm just wrapping up an email here. I'll be right with you in a second.
Okay, but like the interview was scheduled for 5 minutes ago.
You're right. Why don't you please take a seat, and I'll be right with you. All right, so, Miss.
Chloe Goldberg.
Okay, Miss Goldberg it is.
Yeah, so how long do you think this will take? I have places to be.
Well, I suppose it depends on how long our conversation goes. It looks like you're here today to interview for a management position, is that right?
Yeah. I'm here for the store director position that was posted for the location on Rodeo Drive.
Let me see. Ah, yes, the assistant store director for the luxury shop. Do you happen to have a copy of your resume with you by any chance?
That won't be necessary.
How come?
Everything I need is inside of this.
Uh-huh.
I have like this photographic memory, so I don't see a point in bringing a resume. I remember everything anyways.
I see. Well, I still think it would be a good thing to physically see the positions you've been in. I think we maybe could have a copy laying around here from when you have applied. Let's see.
I told you that won't be necessary.
All right, well, let me start off by asking you the following. What is your experience when it comes to customer service and dealing with tricky customers and employees?
I used to work in high fashion stores, and there'd be plenty of customers coming in and out, and I had to deal with all of them. I would say as long as the customers and employees don't ask any stupid questions, they won't get stupid answers.
Okay. So why do you want to work for our particular brand?
I love that it's expensive and the way it makes me feel to be surrounded by luxury.
And why did you pick this particular location?
Hello, it's Rodeo Drive. Only the best of the best can shop here in Beverly Hills.
Okay. Well, I see on your resume that you've been in quite a lot of different positions over a short period of time. It also seems that you dealt more with customers rather than employees. So since you're applying for a higher position, how would you approach the managing aspect of being an assistant store director?
I mean, I've seen my previous managers take on most of the work of the directors, and if they could do it, I'm sure it wouldn't be that hard. Besides, the store directors only pop in once in a while, and I'm pretty sure I have plenty of time to come up with solutions. I pretty much already know what I'm supposed to do.
All right. So what do you offer to the company that can make it better?
How many more questions? Is all this really necessary? You do know who I am, right?
Excuse me? I'm sorry, I don't think I understand.
You do realize that I'm the daughter of Jeffrey Goldberg from Goldberg Industries, right?
I'm sorry, I still don't see how that's relevant to this interview.
Well, clearly my dad has the money and connections that have allowed me to be immersed in this world of high-end fashion. No one is more experienced with it than I am, so can we just get to signing the contracts already?
Okay, well, we strive for everyone to have a fair chance at the positions that we list, and we want to make sure people are the right fit for our company before we hire them.
Yeah, sure, whatever. Whatever works to make sure legal is taken care of, right? We all know the hiring process is based on connections.
I do see you've been employed by a lot of established companies, but I don't really think that the role you're applying for will suit you.
What do you mean?
With your current experience, I would say you're more suited for a sales employee position.
But I want to be the store director.
That's very ambitious, but I don't think that's the proper role for you.
Why would I want to do any other position where I have to do double the work for half the pay? I'm not going to step down from what I want just to become the manager's little retail worker.
Well, I'm sorry you feel that way, but I can see now that this is not going to work out.
But I'm a perfect fit for the director's position. Look, I can give you my father's number, and I'm sure you guys can work something out.
Thank you so much for coming in, Miss Goldberg, but we're really looking for someone that's more aligned with our values. Thank you for coming in.
What? Fine, you know what? Whatever. This place sucks anyway.
Hi, honey. Whoa, what did that laptop do to you?
I'm just trying to find a stupid job since that lady didn't want to give me that director position.
Yeah, I received a call a couple days after that. They told me how the interview went.
It was so stupid. She asked me so many unnecessary questions. Why couldn't they just give me the job?
Honey, you're an adult now. You have to start looking at life seriously. I'm not always gonna be here, and I really feel like you need to find your own place.
But I don't need to. I'm your daughter.
Chloe, you need to stop with this entitled behavior. Money doesn't fall from trees, you know. Of course they wouldn't find you a good fit when you don't even want to work to actually prepare and present yourself well for the interview.
I feel like I presented myself fine. It's not my fault they didn't appreciate me.
Chloe, please. Confidence is key, but it has to come out of a place of genuine interest for the job.
But, Dad,
I started with nothing and built my company up from scratch. Success doesn't come in just one day. Surely you see that.
I know. You worked really hard to get where you are.
Back when I was applying for jobs, to even get a starting position was very difficult. There were so many people that were eager to work that I got very competitive. I couldn't find any of the positions I wanted, so I took the role of a janitor. That was my first job.
What? You were a janitor? That's so embarrassing.
There's nothing embarrassing about it. I had a family to take care of, and that helped us get on our feet. It eventually led to better opportunities. I was able to save a bit and on the side and invest in some stocks.
Stocks are easy money too. Maybe I should do that.
That's not the point. The stocks were just a temporary investment that helped me get a little extra money to start my own actual business.
Right, but what does this have to do with me?
What I'm trying to teach you is that hard work, honesty, and humility will take you much farther in life than any connections possibly can. It took me a long time to get to where I am now, and I want to share those lessons with you.
So why can't I just take over your position?
Because I got to where I am through hard work, I think it's time for you to learn the same.
Well, how can I do that if no one wants to hire me? I've been trying for 2 whole weeks now.
I was going to talk to you about that. As a last resort, I have managed to pull in a favor and get you a job that will actually teach you some good values.
What is it?
It's a waitressing job. I know the owner and she'd be more than happy to have a helping hand.
Waitressing? Seriously?
It's a place to start, and I think a great opportunity for you to learn some important life lessons.
Yeah, I guess so. Thanks, Dad.
Hello, ma'am. Can I help you with anything?
Okay, well, I guess if you need anything, I'll be up here.
Hey, what makes you think it's okay to harass customers?
I just want all my customers to be welcome.
Really?
Yeah.
How do you think the owner of this establishment would like to know that a transient is bothering his customers?
I can assure you that's not an issue.
Can you?
Yeah, because I'm the owner.
I don't think so.
You know what? You're free to believe whatever you like.
Thanks. But look, if you really are the owner, could you just send someone else over here to help me? I don't think we share the same sensibilities.
It's understandable. Unfortunately, I am the only employee here at the moment. However, if you would like, you can come tomorrow evening or afternoon. We're going to have another sales associate who can assist you.
Okay, that is not going to work for me.
Okay, well, she also works Tuesdays and weekends.
So I'm stuck with you.
I suppose so.
But never mind, just I will do it myself. Oops. These shoes fell. Could you come pick this up, please? It's a mess. They weren't stacked very neatly and they just fell right off into the floor. It's a marvel you are keeping this place open with so many things going wrong.
We do just fine, thank you.
Your lack of customers would say otherwise.
You know, in this industry, there are busy days and there are slow days. This is also in the middle of a week on a weekday.
Losers make excuses.
Right. If you would like to try that on, we do have a couple of dressing rooms available.
I'll stay right here.
Store like this, I go in, change clothes, and you've got a couple of friends in the back waiting to mug me? I don't think so.
You know, you are free to leave at any time.
Hey! Just as soon as I buy this.
Okay. That will be $30, please.
$30? That's pretty steep for a simple shirt.
Well, we don't consider any of our clothes simple. However, if you would like, you can sign up for a loyalty program. Just requires an email address.
Loyalty program. Email, I guess you also want credit card and social security number?
No, just email.
No, thanks. You can keep your little loyalty scam for the next chump who works in here.
We accept cash, check, or charge.
Yes, I was not born yesterday. But you are going to give me that discount.
I am.
We both know how important an online reputation is. It's where all your customers find you. I wonder how important keeping a good one is to you. Because I could write a scathing negative review.
You know what? You do what you like. Because at the end of the day, you know as well as I do that I have been nothing but patient with you.
Oh, hardly. You have been even ruder and lazier than I expected. So last chance. Give me the shirt, or I will trash your store.
You know what? You can leave because your money is no longer good here.
You're not going to even let me buy a shirt? That is discriminatory. I could sue you. That is completely pathetic. I cannot believe anyone would even let you run a store like this. You should be ashamed of yourself.
No, you should be ashamed of yourself.
What's it to you?
I don't like seeing business owners be extorted.
You are not worth my time. I will be back in 6 months' time when this is a frozen yogurt shop.
Well, I'm not going anywhere. Thank you for that. Of course, she was being a complete nightmare. You know, I really appreciate you helping me out. So you are welcome to a friendly first-time buyer's discount.
Thank you. You don't need to do that.
I don't mind. You really did help me out. And if you need anything, just please let me know, okay?
I'm sure I will. You have so many great things here.
Thanks. It was kind of shocking, but it's life. So we just kind of take it and move on with it. True, but, you know, I could barely stand most days, if I'm being completely honest.
Long, hard days, huh, ladies?
That's right.
Hard days at home?
No, actually, we're talking about our jobs.
Right. You know, the house is a job. I get it.
Actually, we have on-site jobs. I don't know why you would assume that we were just taking care of the house.
You just look the type. Too pretty to be grinding away at the rat race. And I'm sure the bosses are very proud of you. They're not too distracted by the eye candy, of course.
Actually, I'm my own boss.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
We're filming this then. Blazing the trail. Nice to be freelancing, not to answer to anyone. You like a nanny or something?
No, I own my own clothing store.
Oh, fancy.
And I'm a VP at a big ad firm.
You almost have some friends in high places.
No, we actually worked our way up that ladder.
Of course you did. But you kind of had to stand out, if you know what I mean.
No, not at all, actually.
Come on. You want me to spell it out for you? What I mean is, when you have the right assets to work with, you can get to the top pretty quick. Especially when you show them off to the right people.
Look, I think you just need to keep your opinions to yourself in the future.
Sure thing, sweetheart. I'll do anything you say.
You're gross.
And you love it. By the way, you have a boyfriend?
Fiance.
What a shame. And how about you?
Happily married.
You two are no fun.
Oh, I'm sorry to disappoint you.
I'll live. But you know what? The other round might help loosen you up.
No, thank you. Yeah, actually, I think we'll just take our check.
Already? Why not lighten up and relax a bit? It's early yet.
What are you doing?
What? I was only kidding.
You know, you're disgusting. Is there a manager here that we can talk to? Because you shouldn't be talking to us like that.
Nope. It's only me tonight. He's on vacation.
Yeah, you know what? Just give us our check.
Here's the damage. Excuse me. How can I help you? Yeah, I'd just like a club soda, please. Club soda? Really? On crowd tonight. Don't mind these two. There's a couple stuck-up 60s on the way out the door. Thanks. A couple of real bores that don't know how to have a conversation. But who knows? Maybe it's just that time of the month.
Hey, you know, you double charged us on here because we only had 2 drinks and they're showing 4.
That is weird. Must have been an accident, I guess. But no worries. I can read up again for you. Only thing is, it might take a couple minutes. Old machine, you know. So just sit tight, and I promise not to bite.
Let's just pay and go. Good call.
What? You want to get too emotional. I was just having some fun. No, it's a pair who wouldn't know a good time can't be yelled them right in their face. Am I right?
No, from what I've been observing, it seems like they've been perfectly reasonable.
You too? Bunch of softies in here.
No, I actually just value good service and respectful behavior. So, I think Dave Turner, the owner of this bar, he'd probably want to know that the people working for him also cared about those things.
Wait, you know Dave?
Yeah, I do know Dave, and I know that he would actually be kind of concerned with what has kind of taken place here today. For that reason, as soon as I leave, I'm going to give him a call.
What? Come on, dude. You don't have to do that. You know, I was
Just kidding. Well, you know what? Maybe you should take your jokes and your attitude and think about it a little more.
Thank you.
Yes, of course. Y'all have a nice evening.
You're looking at some deep structural issues that could be causing most of your problems.
Really? I thought it was just some extra leaking.
Afraid not. Yeah, I may also need to take down a wall to see the pipelines.
Wow, that's a bit extreme, no?
Well, it's really the only way to prevent the problem from coming back.
That doesn't sound too cheap.
It won't be. I'm not going to lie to you, Joe. But you wouldn't want your whole septic system to need replacing, because that'd be even worse. And to stop that from happening, I may need a few extra guys to come help and check it out.
How do you know all that already?
Well, I've been doing this a long time, and I can usually tell pretty quick what's going on and what needs to be done to fix it.
Okay, well, let's make sure that's the deal first, I guess.
Sure, yeah, we can figure all that out. But when the time comes, you can rest easy, because everything's going to be billed through me. Meaning you just write one check, and I handle the paperwork, the scheduling, and getting everybody paid up.
Uh-huh. So what's the timeline look like on something like this?
Normally it's a bit quicker, but right now there's a supply chain crisis and inflation, you know, the works, and honestly, your system looks pretty out of date, which means some parts are going to have to be custom ordered, which is going to be another couple weeks from each manufacturer, which is going to add more costs.
I don't know, man. I'm not so sure we're in a position to be spending so much money right now.
I understand, but you risk dropping even more later on when it most likely breaks down again.
Okay. Well, I appreciate your expertise. Do you mind if I go out and get a couple other estimates, for comparison's sake?
Usually I'd say, of course, have a look. But you can tell from your sync that we don't have a lot of time. Plus, most other guys are probably booked through the end of the month anyway. If we don't act fast, it's going to be too late.
I mean, can we get back to you tomorrow? I'm sure one more day is not going to be, devastating. And I really just want to get on the same page with my wife.
Your wife?
Yeah, she should be getting back pretty soon, actually.
Tell you what, if you book right now, I'll give you a little bit of a discount on the $500 inspection fee you owe me.
Inspection fee? You said the estimate would be free.
I'm not sure about that. You must have misheard me. But since I'm here, how about I go check out the rest of the toilets? Maybe I can get you a full quote or even a bulk deal.
I don't know. I mean, how much do you think ballpark would this cost all in?
It's hard to say sight unseen, but if you could pay in cash in advance, I'll commit to giving you a 5% discount.
Okay, thanks, but yeah, I don't want to do anything just yet. I just really want to get on the same page with my wife.
Fair enough, but the offer expires in 30 seconds.
What?
I'm just kidding, man. You got 5 minutes. Let me go check out the rest of the Johns and we'll talk after.
Hi, babe.
Oh, hey, hon. How's it going?
Long day at the store, but did the plumber come by?
Yeah, he's here now, checking out the toilets.
Why is he looking at the toilets? I thought the issue was with the sink leaking.
I don't know. It can all tie in, I guess. He said could be part of like a bigger issue.
Really? I mean, I didn't think it was going to be that bad. I don't know. Maybe we should just go talk to him.
Hey, how's it going?
Hi.
I'm Megan.
Mike.
So, how's it going?
Good, we're doing good. As I was telling your husband, I just went and looked at the other toilets and I think you have a similar problem to the kitchen sink.
I wasn't aware that there was an issue with the toilets.
Well, that's why you hire someone like me to come find it.
Well, I mean, I have to say I disagree. I mean, based on what my husband was telling me, I don't really think this is a fair deal.
No offense, ma'am, but you really need to stay in your lane. This is my profession. I do this every day.
Well, in that case, can you provide a valid license and proof of insurance?
You don't need something like that for a job like this.
Really? With how extensive everything is and hiring out multiple contractors? I think so.
Yeah, I know a lot of plumbers that don't carry that.
Right, whatever you say. Well, based off the fact that you can't provide us valid credentials and or a license, I personally think it's probably best that you show yourself out.
I'm not going anywhere until I get my $500 inspection fee.
No, based off when we called you out, you told us it was going to be a no cost estimate?
Yeah, so you're not getting anything from us, man.
Yeah.
It's time to get going.
You know what? Forget you.
New people. Can you believe that guy?
Unbelievable.
Yeah. Hey, good work though, but what are we gonna do about the kitchen sink?
Well, I had a weird feeling about him after we booked him, so I actually got a backup referral from my homegirl, Amy. She has a plumber that she's used before. He's super good, he's got great credentials, and he has really fair prices, so...
Perfect. Well, hey, maybe you can do the negotiating this time.
Huh. That's a deal.
Yeah. Care for some water?
Do you have bottled?
We may. I'll have to go check.
I'm good. I'm good. Let's just get down to business, okay? I would like to get this done as soon as possible.
Yeah, eager to get this closed up, huh?
Yes. Oh, there are a couple of last-minute things that I have added. You will see just a couple of things there. So if you could work through that, it is a busy day.
Okay. Real estate never sleeps, right?
Not my business, anyway. So let's get this wrapped up quickly.
Sure. Let's see what we got here.
Now, you'll note I have added a couple of areas of concern that will definitely need to be taken into account for the bottom price.
Why wasn't any of this brought to my attention earlier when we were going back and forth on the numbers?
It's been my experience that oftentimes things get a little murkier than they were initially thought to be. Also, the real estate market has been experiencing significant fluctuations lately.
Okay. I'm not sure what you mean by that. It's definitely a seller's market right now. I'm seeing some of your notes here as unfairly characterized.
Maybe they're just not spelled out clearly enough for you. I could use smaller words if that would help.
No, I understand it all. It just says there's recurring plumbing issues and persistent infestation. I'm not sure where you're getting any of that. The toilets and sinks have all been checked out and Everything works fine.
But you didn't use the plumber that I recommended, so I'm sure some things were overlooked.
Yeah, that guy was just trying to overcharge us. Plus, we had pest control come through with the inspection the other day, and I haven't seen so much as a fly in the entire house.
When you have seen as many houses as I have, you're able to see things that are just under the surface, okay? Just because the problems haven't bubbled up yet doesn't mean they won't soon. Those toilets, they took too long to flush and they ran too long afterwards. And you know, with the general state of the house, it's just a matter of time before the bugs are back.
What would be the state of the house that would cause that?
The general uncleanliness? And there's kind of an odor coming through. You know, honestly, I need to make a note of that.
Look, ma'am, I'm not smelling anything, and I mean, the house looks pretty spotless to me. We just had a professional cleaner come in yesterday.
Well, you can kind of get used to the stench when you live with it. Or, I don't know, maybe you are the cause of it.
Look, you're starting to get a little over the line here, to be honest. The house, we had a full inspection that passed with flying colors. I sent you a copy of this too, but it's all right here.
Sure, but I'm going to want to have an inspection done by someone that I trust.
Sure, you're more than welcome to do that. You're just gonna have to cover it out of your own pocket. I mean, our guy has all of his credentials, and he's got a phenomenal reputation in our area.
So you say.
I can pull up his website if you want. It's got tons of testimonials and has all
look,
his...
I don't have time for that, okay? Maybe we can just circle back to this. Bottom line, we're going to need to drop the sales price by at least $150,000.
What? Are you serious? That's a steep drop.
If those were the only problems, I could probably overlook them, but I also noticed that there is potential rot in your foundation. And with all those trees outside, it's only a matter of time before there's termites.
Okay, look, you're entitled to your own opinion, but we're gonna have to stick to what the original asking price is.
So, no wiggle room at all? Honestly, if you were just going to walk away over a few little tweaks to the price, then I think you're being pretty emotional.
No, it's not that. We've just had other buyers express interest.
Fine, but I'm here right now with a real offer right now. I think you should take it, or all of your hard work could be for naught.
What do you mean?
Just one or two bad decisions and you're right back in the slums.
Back in the slums? You know, I don't like what you're insinuating.
Calm down. I am only trying to help you, okay? You kind of have some anger issues.
I have anger issues now. You know what? Maybe you should just leave.
Well, no, it's okay. It's okay. I can play ball. Maybe we will just accept your inspection, okay? Did you sign?
I think my wife's getting home. I'm gonna go check on her and I'll be right back.
Fine. Please hurry. Time is money.
Hey, hon.
Hey, how's it going?
Well, the buyer's here now.
Okay, so are we gonna sign?
Maybe. We're working through a couple of last minute concerns she had. I tell you, this lady's the absolute worst.
Right, what is she saying?
You're not gonna believe it. So she... Can I help you with something?
Yeah, I need a bathroom.
Hey, I know you.
Right. How on earth could I ever forget someone as hostile as you?
Joe, this lady came into my store earlier today and was incredibly rude to me. And before I kicked her out, she decided to insult me and walk out.
Really? 'Cause that sounds a lot like the type of attitude I've been getting all day today.
Look, do you want to sell this house or not? I mean, why don't we just all put aside our little hurt feelings and get on with it?
Yeah, we're declining your offer. You can show yourself out. Have a nice day.
Bye-bye. Fine. I don't want your smelly, bug-infested house anyway.
God, what a disaster.
I know, tell me about it. I can't believe you ran into her too.
I mean, it's a good thing that she walked because I was just about to tell you that the original buyer just upped his price to over asking.
No kidding. Wow, I guess it was meant to be.
Yeah.
Karma works after all.
Just needed a little bit of patience to deal with a couple of speed bumps and difficult people.
More than a couple. But we get through it.
Yeah, we always do.
Wow. Just wow. That has got to be the best carbonara I have ever had.
Thank you, ma'am. I've been cooking it for years.
Well, clearly, I mean, that was just delicious. Let me take a look at your application here. Wait a minute. It says here that you spent time in jail.
Yes, ma'am, that's true. But I was arrested several years ago and recently just got out, and, you know, the person who I was back then was just much dumber and younger, and I'm totally different now. It was actually in jail that I actually learned
Hold up. Let me stop you right there. This is a very high-class, prestigious restaurant, one of the best in the city, and unfortunately, we can't have ex-convicts in our kitchen.
I understand. But I really hope you give me a chance.
Ugh, give me a break. I mean, how can I know that I could even trust you? How do I know you haven't been stealing things while you're here?
Ma'am, the person who I was when I committed that crime is entirely different than who I am now. For several years, I've been growing up and maturing, and I'm just trying my hardest to become a productive member of society.
Well, you can be a productive member of society somewhere else. People don't change. They just don't, okay? So get out of my restaurant before I call the police and have them arrest you again.
Yes, ma'am. I'll go. But I really do hope you reconsider.
Oh, hey Debbie. Oh, you saw the new applicant today.
Yes, I did.
And how was he?
Well, his carbonara was the best I've ever had.
Oh, that's wonderful.
Yeah, not exactly. I took a look at his application, and it turns out that he has a criminal record. He spent 5 years in jail. I mean, I don't even know how that happened. Like, I don't know how he got through the screening process, but anyway, don't worry about it. I kept an eye on him as he was leaving to make sure he didn't steal anything.
But you did just say that his carbonara was the best you've ever tasted, yes?
Yes, but Mr. Smith, he has a criminal record.
Okay, well, Debbie, let me tell you a little something about myself. Many years ago, I was arrested and convicted of robbery, and I spent 3 years in prison.
Oh my goodness, Mr. Smith, I had no idea that you spent time in jail. I mean, you just don't strike me as that kind of a person at all.
You see, people can change. I came out of prison a completely different person than I was going in. To this day, I still teach a class at the local prison on how to cook, because I believe that when these prisoners come out of jail, they should have the skills to become productive members of society. But there's no way a person can become a productive member of society if they are not given a chance. And once you've done your time, you can't live the rest of your life in the shadows.
Mr. Smith, I have to be completely honest with you. I'm really saddened that you didn't tell me about your background. I don't know that I feel comfortable working for a felon.
Well, Debbie, you actually don't have to work for a felon. But I will say that I do think that I've been a pretty fair and decent boss to you.
Yeah, you have, but I just don't think people can change that easily. I just don't. I mean, I bet you're hiding something, aren't you, Mr. Smith?
I'm sorry, what are you saying?
I mean, is this like a front for something illegal? Like, are you selling drugs?
Hey, all right, Debbie, stop right there. I refuse to be spoken to in that manner in my own restaurant. I think that you should get your things and go. Here In my restaurant, we treat people with kindness and dignity and respect.
Okay, whatever.
Edgar, what are you doing here?
Mr. Smith? What a nice surprise.
Hey. When did you get out?
A few weeks, actually. And, you know, I've been trying to put your cooking skills to use. I actually just had an interview at this restaurant.
So you were the applicant this morning. I heard it didn't go so well.
Wait, how do you know that?
Well, Edgar, this is my restaurant. And that woman who you spoke to earlier, she's no longer with us. So, are you still interested in a job?
Yes, of course. Thank you so much for taking a chance on me.
I'm not taking a chance at all. I have seen your skills close up. So, how about this? You be here tomorrow morning, 8 a.m. for your first day of work, yeah?
Yes, chef.